Happy Sunday! Welcome aboard, Jessica John, System of Awoos, Fresno, Michael Hoovian. Look at all these friends. I got so many friends. Check it out. Check it out. Another pleasant day here in Plushy Land. Let it be known. Nice, balmy, 82 degrees outside. Got out. Got to do a lot. It felt real nice. It's gonna rain tomorrow, but I don't care. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. We got them springtime juices flowing now. It's feeling a lot better. The bad mood's starting to lift a little bit. Hopefully we can keep that up. But again, it looks like we're dropping back down into the 50s or so later in the week. So who can say? Who can say? But this weekend, been a true highlight. Also, check that out in the back. Check that out. Check that out. Boom. Look at that. Boom. Like magic. Every time. He took a long walk today and yesterday. It was like, right? Did the same. Did the same. I said, F the computer. F the internet. I don't need any of this garbage today. Don't need any of it. Gonna be outside. Gonna do yard work. But yeah, hope you're all doing well. Hope the weather starts lightening up a bit for you as well. Hope you can get them good springy type feels going. That is, if it's getting to be spring in your neck of the woods. It's probably like winter and fall in other places on the globe right now. So neither here nor there. But hey, whatever season, I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying it. So you know why we're here. You know what we did last night? Last night we were here. We went through a big old batch of bad rentals. How's it going, Fizzy? Welcome. But yeah, we went through a list of bad rentals last night. There was came out the other end of that feeling a kind of way. Needed a couple of stiff drinks afterward. And I imagine tonight's going to be oh boy. How's it going, Beepner? Oh yeah, coming out the other side of tonight's gonna be rough. But you're gonna want to stick around. Gonna want to stick around a little bit. Because we're gonna be ranking these lists from least offensive to most offensive at the end. After all is said and done, that's what we're gonna do. You'll want to hang around for this. This will be a good bit of fun. For after all the games have been, well, inflicted upon me is, I guess, the way that I would put it. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that afterward. How's it going, Tengu, Gemini, and Raven? The lovely Joe and Mac at the even better that Spider-Man game. Man, that Spider-Man game. That Spider-Man game was a thing. Oh boy. What's going on, Taylor? Hi. Wow, we got a lot of friends here tonight. It's a good thing we're getting ready to throw right into things and get started. So let me get situated here. And I will need my first guest to go ahead and hop into the Discord channel so that you are ready when you hear my lovely speaking voice. And you can begin speaking as well. Let me see here, though. Let me get this over here. And see that? Magic. That's how professional streamers do it. All right. Now let me hop over here to the old Discord. Now let me see what's going on inside this here Voiceroo channel. Apparently there's somebody here waiting to inflict lovely video game memories upon me.
So, in Season 1, Episode 4 of the revived Doctor Who, wait, hang on. I'm in the wrong place, aren't I?
I'm about to move you to the channel that says AFK.
AFK stands for Awesome Fresno Kickbacks?
Yeah, that's exactly what that's for. Zim! How's it going? Look, so many people are here tonight, Fresno. There's so many people.
Oh my goodness.
I can't
And
believe
I am
it.
here with you. Hello.
You were here with me as well. You were also in the beginning. You were like everywhere this time. What's up with that? You trying to like take over the stream or something? You coming at me, brother? Do I need to pull out the knife? Do I need to pull out a crowbar? Do I need to pull out a tire iron? Is there something going on here?
Oh, let's not get the tire iron going here. Let's not get crazy.
I do have one.
You got one, I'm sure. I mean, you gotta maintain the tire somehow. How are you
Exactly. Maintaining cars. Believe me, if these little plushy eyes could wink, be wink right now. I winked. Believe me, I did.
Wink you.
Yeah, but you know, buttons can't wink very well. It's not something that was built into the OS just yet.
There definitely are Doctor Who's computer video games, but none of them were available in 1994 or 95, when I rented things. Instead, we have honestly, I think, it's funny that we mentioned Doctor Who video games, but we'll get to that.
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, I think that is an appropriate transition for our first game, Fresno. I think that linking Doctor Who to all this is probably the perfect way to get this started. So you sent me your list.
If you want to do that one, if you want to do that one first, sure.
I think we're gonna go 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 for the guest list tonight. So we're gonna go with game 2, then 1. And just again, I liked how this transitioned from the Doctor Who thing, despite me knowing jack shit about Doctor Who. I know that like this is in line with what we're going for.
It certainly is. I also know we invited you on our show while we were making our show last week.
Yeah, like, and I would have absolutely, like, if there was anything I could have contributed to that show other than, parts are funny. Believe me.
I will just say one thing to sell you on the idea. You say you don't know jack shit about Doctor Who going into this?
Not at all.
To be fair, the episode in question was my very first episode of Doctor Who, so you would have been coming at it the same way I was in 2005.
Okay, that's actually kind of rad.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. But you sent me your list, and this I gotta say, this entry riled up some feelings in me as well. So it's why we start with the barn burner as well. So this one got me riled up. So this, you said, on vacation one summer, I was looking for a SNES game to rent, and I passed up Yoshi's Island, a baby game with a dumb baby in it, clearly, for this game. Traveling through time. How can it not be lit? Time, in the end, had the last laugh on you when you finally got home and you booted up this amazing little gem right here.
I didn't even get home. I got to my grandparents' house because that's where I was.
Oh my! Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna screen share with you.
Okay, let's fire that bad boy up.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Look at this. Look at this wonder.
There it is. There it is.
Raven almost had this on her list too.
It's a curse, isn't it?
Yeah, right? So when you got this game home, like, or you got it to your grandparents and you threw it in, did you immediately know you were in trouble? Or was it kind of like a very progressive kind of, I've done good?
I seem to recall it being a progressive slow burn of regret and disappointment. Oh God, because this was I want to say 1996, because I think I'm gonna say it's 1996. I remember renting Super Mario RPG from the same place, and even though I didn't know much about RPGs, I couldn't even beat Croco, for God's sakes. I had fun with it. I had more fun with it than I did with this thing.
Yeah, like the adventures we're gonna have, Fresno. The adventures we're gonna have in Mario's Time Machine. So I have a story about this game as well that we'll get into while I go ahead and press the buttons here and we start moving around and stuff. But so I didn't rent this. My parents, they needed to go somewhere out of town for a bit, right? And it was about 6 hours or so, and for some reason they just didn't want me coming with them. So they dropped me off at a friend of the family's house, not a friend of mine, but a friend of the family who had somebody around the same age that I was at the time. And kid was spoiled rotten, had all the good SNES tapes and the bad ones, like Final Fight. You know, I could throw in Final Fight and have a good time with that. You know, we got to burn 6 hours here. I'll play Pilot Wings. I'll play Final Fight SNES. But no, he had just rented this, and he wanted to play this. He wanted to play Mario's Time Buck Machine, and for 6 hours, I'm not kidding you. For 6 hours, I could only kind of just lay in the background and watch this kid that I did not know or care to know play this very bad video game and incessantly read every single thing aloud for 6 hours.
Oh dear God! Like I can remember visiting another family friend on another vacation. This was another time ago, but at least there, when I visited them and they had kids their age, I got to play like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario All Stars.
Oh God, no, not me! I got to sit there and watch a rich kid play Mario's fucking Time Machine. So, all right, let's do some schooling, because this is one of them their edutainment video games.
Let's learn about Isaac Newton and the theory of death.
Pretend that they're a video game, but it's actually fucking school. So, Isaac Newton was born on Christmas Day, was he not? I think that's how that goes. No, he was not born on Christmas Day. Was he not?
I don't know when he was born.
I must have clicked the wrong one.
Oh, apparently it was. Wow, you got that right.
He was born on Christmas Day. He attended Cambridge University.
Born on Christmas Day. Who does he think he is? Jesus?
That's his, Isaac Jesus Newton is his name. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So his studies were interrupted by London's Great Blank Plague. Now, what could that be, Fresno?
Hang on. Wouldn't it be not the bubonic plague? Would it be? I mean,
it would be the Black Plague.
The Black Plague. Yeah, that's right. The Black Plague. Yeah, that's correct.
So, and then the 2 short years at his family farm in Worcestershire, Newton invented calculus. He invented the entirety of calculus. He made major discoveries in optics and formulated his famous theory of... What
I know this one.
What is it?
It's gravity.
Gravity! It's gravitation.
Oh, okay. Now we get to turn the page of the pretend book.
Turn the page, because there's so much more. So Newton's 3 laws of... Oh, come on. Now everybody knows this one, right?
It's motion.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. Revolutionized both physics and astronomy.
Oh, yeah.
He also discovered the blank of white light.
The blank of white light.
The blank of white light.
Clearly, it's the Bibles of white light.
The Bible, the filament, the fresco, the heresy of white light.
The heresy of white light. Perspiration, philosophers.
Playwright, president, Principia.
That sounds... Would it be the spectrum of white light?
The spectrum. It's the spectrum of white light, isn't it?
Well, let's see if it's the spectrum. Oh, look at that!
Yeah. And he invented the first reflective telescope.
You see, we're kind of playing this not in the way that it was intended, I guess, because, we're adults and we know the history of Isaac Newton. Like, if you're a child, you're supposed to be like, what in the fuck is this shit? And then you go back in time.
This isn't how you do this shit. Like, filling all this out is not how you do that. Like, you don't boot the game up and do this. Like, I'll show you what you're supposed to do. So, we know where we need to go with this apple, right? We need to go to Cambridge 1687. So, we need to do that. We need to go pull up the time machine. Enjoy these very slow controls. We need to go to Cambridge.
Oh, there we go.
No.
Cambridge 1993. Oh, okay, but you did go to the best part of the game.
All right, we'll go to Cambridge 1993.
Yeah.
You like mode 7? You like mode 7, Fresno?
I mean, we're playing the Super Nintendo game. I mean, how can
you gotta have mode 7. All right.
Yeah, Super Castlevania 4, level 4. It's like, look what we can do.
Well, to be fair, Super Castlevania kind of had to be a showpiece.
It's fun. 1687.
87. All right.
Gotta remember that date, you see? You're learning. You know what Isaac Newton.
So now you can play a video game.
Yay. You can get mushrooms.
You collect mushrooms. Look how much fun I'm having.
You know how I said I read Mario RPG? I never got this far, but you remember the minecart game? Infinitely more fun than this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
A mini game in Mario RPG is more fun than like half a mechanic in this.
I mean, at least it looks nice. That skyline back there is pretty good looking. Not gonna lie.
It's fine.
And then you go in.
And then you go into a puddle. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
How's it going,
my
Dr.
gosh.
Doobaloob? We're playing Mario.
Oh my gosh.
We're playing Mario's Time Machine. Look at this very good
God.
Mario video
We're
game.
back. We're in the year 1687.
Hey, Mario! We're in the year 1687!
It's a doggy, and you can't... So I guess... Okay, there we go.
So we go here, and it's like, hi, I'm trying to return this. Please, away with you, small person. I must publish a book of my discoveries, and I cannot recall the origin of my theory of gravity. So, and you can see now how we're supposed to be getting context clues to fill in the magic book report at a later point.
A magic book report. Isaac Newton is like, oh, I'm supposed to publish a report, but I forgot.
Right, just I kind of, just skipped my fucking mind. Complete the history book. We can't do anything now. We can't do it. So this game. And imagine another kid in a room just deadpan reading every single text box to you for 6 hours, despite the fact that you want nothing to do with it.
Excuse me. Oh look, he was made a full-fledged member of something at the age of 30.
Age of 30. He was 30 years old. So we got to remember that for the book report later.
We're learning. What did he do?
May it
Oh,
put me out
the
of business?
Newtonian reflecting telescopes. Oh my god.
Wowie zowie, look at this. We're learning, Fresno, we're doing it.
Oh my god.
What's a reflecting telescope?
His astronomer friend Edmund Halley. Oh, the manuscript Principia. Okay.
Aha.
Oh my god.
How about an apple?
We're
You
learning.
want an apple, sir? It is a temptation, but no. No, I think not. Hello, Twin Tail Nami. How's it going?
Hi.
All right.
Okay, but imagine if we disrupt the space-time continuum by saying, "Hey man, want a moon pie?"
Want a moon pie? Dude, what if we gave Isaac? What if we gave him a moon pie?
There we go. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas. All right. Christmas in Cambridge. It's my favorite Christmas movie. Going all right? Glad to hear it, Nami. Glad to hear it. What you studying?
Astronomy, physics, and mathematics. Isaac Newton invented the calculus.
The calculus. It's kind of like you remember like that one karate game on TurboGrafx-16, the one with the big sprites.
Oh god,
I can't remember the name of it. I know that it's called the karate.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's called
the Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's called the Kung Fu in Japan though.
Yeah.
You want an apple, dude? Oh, but good sir, I prefer my Macintosh. That doesn't make sense.
Someone clearly has corrupted the timeline.
Somebody already fucked this shit up way before us.
Oh my god, no.
China Warrior, that's the one.
China Warrior, that's what it's called. Excuse me, my name is Mario.
I often greet people like that.
Oh, it's Haley. Hey, he's gonna find a comet. Eventually. Oh, Mario!
Hey!
Fucking don't step.
You refer, no doubt, to the Great Comet of 1862. Oh, the theory of gravitation. Hey!
And the laws of motion. We're learning. Oh my
gosh. Look at that. We got all, we have to. We got them all. We got all the pieces.
Okay.
At the young age of 30,
30! We know! We know!
And it was the
Principia.
The Principia.
We did it!
We
learned! We learned about Isaac Newton! Now do this 15 more times and you've beaten the game.
Do this 15
and you can pass your book report.
Okay, now I think we're done. I'm pressing the done button and the game says I'm not done. Alright, so I think I can give him the apple now?
Give him this silly apple. Mr. Newton, remember the apple?
Oh, shit. Mr. Newton, your controls are shit.
Mr. Newton, your controls are
shit. Away with you! I'm trying to return this!
Oh my god.
Do you remember this apple, dude? Do you remember this specific apple? Do you remember this specific piece of bread? Alright, we did it.
You can't comprehend Mario jump physics. Okay, now we can go back to the present.
We go back. How do we go back?
Do you pull up the time machine again?
Wait, do I just... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, there we go.
He's got a thermal detonator from Star Wars. What?
I'm pressing the button. Oh, we are blowing up time. That's it. We did it. All right.
You got
and
it's our password.
There you go. Write it down, everybody. Write it down. I'll leave it here for a few seconds so you can be sure to write it down so you can pick up your... This would be a nice hint for people to give them a good head start. You played along with us? Congratulations. You can start right here.
We did it. We learned about Isaac Newton.
Can't believe it. We're smart. We're absolutely the smartest people. But yeah. This is kind of like... This game's bad. I'm sorry. This is boring, crappy crap.
I could have rented Yoshi's Island.
You passed on Yoshi's fucking Island for this.
I sure did.
All right. But that's not where this torment ends.
Oh, no. We can't just learn about one thing.
I feel this torment as well, Fresno. Your second choice is one that I also... feel the torment of. So first of all, let me make sure I set the volume properly because I know that this game's actually kind of loud, so I need to pull this one down a little bit. Let's go over here. Let's grab that volume slider.
I mean, the story behind the torture is even more tragic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
let them know what I wrote down.
This is a very funny story. All right. So for Fresno's second game, we have one time, I tried to rent the game Blackthorn. Great game. Fantastic game. You like shotguns? That's a game with a shotgun.
It's like a cinematic platformer sort of thing, like Another World or Flashback. Just
with a shotgun.
Imagine that stream. With a shotgun,
and
yeah.
bombs.
So imagine that stream. That sounds fucking rad, right?
Yeah, like you got Blackthorn, read the manual, and got excited for a rad-looking game, popped it in, only to discover it was this game, and some sneaky renter prior to you had swapped the labels and made away with Blackthorn for themselves. Well, let's have a look at what you got ripped off with.
Oh no.
Here we go. Yeah.
This is what I saw. It's like,
oh god! See,
this isn't Blackthorn.
This is very not Blackthorn. So like, I actually like Paperboy 1 on NES. I think that game's pretty all right.
Like, I'm not even gonna judge like Paperboy on its own merits, but just specifically the fucking bait and switch.
Oh yeah, like that is a fantastic story to have like Blackthorn to just be completely jazzed to play a super cool game like that, and then you got fucking Paperboy 2.
Like, yeah, I mean, sure, it might be a half-decent arcade action sort of game if you're expecting it, but if you're not expecting it, there's just this added level of resentment that's just like, my weekend is
done! Like, it doesn't even matter if this game is good and you like it. Like, you were here for Blackthorn, look what you got. And it's just kind of, you know, more of this. It's Paperboy. Like, and Paperboy's okay. It's totally fine. But, you know...
Someone really likes Seinfeld, too.
Yeah. Well... I tell you what...
Raven, you gotta help me! The dogs are trying to kill me, and the Grim Reaper's after me!
I tell you what, though. This game controls a hell of a lot worse than the original Paperboy. Just doesn't feel great at all.
Oh. So in addition to me being completely bamboozled, it also is kind of bleh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also just kind of not a great game, but I am nailing these mailboxes right now. Look at me go.
Oh, I think I had to pick something. Oh my god.
I had no control over this game when it is going to the vertical segments, by the way.
You can't even, like...
I couldn't even move out of the way of that.
So it's just the game decided, oh, obstacle, you're dead.
Yeah, obstacle is there. You just can't do anything about it because when you were moving in that little transition area, you have no control.
Did you just stop mugging?
I just stopped the mugging with the newspaper, and the game took control away from me again, and I ran into the side of a van.
Just decides if you fucking I can't believe this.
Like, what do you even do about that? That's so fast. Like, you have no fucking way. Well, that guy's not. Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit. We're getting big air.
How do you dodge that?
You don't be on the sidewalk, I guess.
Fuck. Paper Girl fired.
Oh my god. So, like, there's some other games that I could have picked for this. Like,
oh, yeah?
But, I mean, I had to pick. Like, Lord of the Rings on Super Nintendo.
Oh, that game's terrible, too.
Oh! Yeah, it's bad. It's, like, really quite bad. And it actually scared me because if you get game over, Frodo Baggins, like, goes, oh! Turns into a skeleton.
Oh,
and it used to scare me so... It used to scare me so bad because the Super Nintendo was downstairs. They used to shut the game off immediately and run back upstairs. I'm like, ah! I don't want to be down alone in the creepy basement anymore.
I don't need to be around any kind of Frodo right now. We done.
Yeah.
We out.
There's another game that, like, I actually kind of like this game, but I accept that it's very much like I am literally like the only person in the world.
This may be a very much hey, this is a Fresno thing.
Yeah, it's a game for the NES called Worm: Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Okay, I've played Worm. It's not terrible. Isn't that how you literally got like the wiener? You got stuck with the wiener meme on the site.
It might be
because you wrote a review for it on the site years ago, and I'm pretty sure that I like when I introduced it, you know, in the update, I just made a bunch of dick jokes and was like, haha, Fresno's thing is that they just like wieners now.
And it's stuck.
It's stuck.
But yeah, I mean, honest to God, like for the uninitiated, imagine like a genre shifting game that's like it's part side scrolly shmup. And then sometimes it goes into a vertical shmup. Sometimes it goes into a janky side scroller with like a girl with green hair who's got a kick and a laser gun. And then the boss fights are all like first person. It's the strangest system I've ever seen.
It is like an ambitious as hell game. It has so much going on. Well then!
Oh my god. Just like, you have no fucking screen real estate.
No,
like,
you have nothing to work
time.
with. If anything comes at you from the front, you're just toast, man.
You have like a sixth of the screen to look at from
like there's nothing I can do about this.
It's like, if anything is coming, you're
just done. You're toast.
Oh look, the game let you live through that vertical section.
I beat a stage. Let's see how many I lose. Well, that's a wall.
Womp.
Womp womp. All right, let's see how many subscribers I lost. Whole shit ton of them. Whole shit ton. I have 3 subscribers.
Paper Girl, you just posted cringe. You're going to lose subscribers.
Hey, but I stopped the thief. That counts for something. That should be like, people should be asking me for subscriptions just based, you know, on that kind of positive publicity.
I wish my Paper Girl would stop robbery. Like, the guy would be like, give me your money. And then all of a sudden, Paper Girl comes in. Wow! Fucking newspaper to the head.
How's it going, Donta?
Oh, hi, Donta.
Happy to have you hanging. Hope you're doing well this fine fine weekend. I'm playing bad video games that people are making me play, and Fresno just got me fired twice.
Wow.
Can't believe it. I can't believe it. Why did you how could this happen to me? I made no mistakes.
I made at least 2 mistakes.
You made at least 2
computer video games.
You made at least 2, and they are now chronicled here on this stream.
It's kind of a good game, but technically I could have given you Battletoads and Battle Maniacs.
Battle Maniacs is fine. It's just kind of, it's jank in a lot of ways that are very unflattering, but it's okay.
I never beat that turbo tunnel as a child, but it's okay because that's the hardest turbo tunnel.
It is.
Wow. That sure is that's number 9. Look at that. That's a score, all right.
Yeah, like Raven's got a point. In the NES version of Paperboy, you call it like it's Paperboy calls it quits. It's not fired. You quit of your own volition.
Game over. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
It's a real bummer though. Yeah, like you got this instead of Blackthorn, which is a fantastic game. I might stream that sometime. Now that I think about it, I really like that game.
I think I've played it like sometime at some point in the intervening years, but like wow.
Yeah, it's really, really, like, that game's fun as hell. But yeah, Fresno, these are absolutely fantastic choices that you have brought to the party. I can't wait to see where they land in the overall judgment of things.
I mean, pro, I don't know what the pro is. Con, no fart button.
Yeah, like I think like Tom saved himself because we had fart pumps in Mickey's Ultimate Challenge, so
it was very good. Then again, neither of these are Spider-Man level.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ed brought one game to the party and like has a good shot at decimating everybody.
I mean, yeah, but I think I'm in a strong showing
I think you're safe.
For the lower end.
Yeah, I think like you're mostly safe. Like Paperboy's pretty offensive, but I imagine with a little bit of time you could play it. Mario's Time Machine, I just have a vehement hatred for that game because of the 6 hours of my life that I had to sit through, listening to some kid that I didn't even know read every single dialogue box.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So both of my games had that personal experience, but you had that personal experience too of being bored out of your fucking mind for 6 hours.
Yeah,
hearing someone read.
So that might give it a little extra, like one bump up or two. It might. We'll have to see. But Fresno,
let's see.
Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And if there's anything else you'd like to say, like, be sure, like, everybody check out Fresno. Like, I gave Fresno a shout out in the chat earlier, but give him a follow. Do all that fun stuff. Anything you want to plug, anything you want to do, go ahead. Spit it all out.
YouTube.com/Rainiac, where you can watch our podcast. And Polly, the invitation is open if you want to come on and yammer about Doctor Who, because Lord knows we don't have the strictest quality control. You can yammer about whatever the hell you want.
I'll give it some thought. Knowing that episode was your first episode, I will give it some thought and I'll let you know in a couple days.
Thank you, Polly. I'll be here watching the rest of the rentals. Y'all have a good night, everybody. Bye.
All right, next person who has chosen to inflict pain upon me may now join and let us all know who you are, what you've done. Also, Dr. Doobie, thank you very much for the raid. I'm apologizing because I didn't notice that right offhand because I was too busy being enamored by Mario's Time Machine and Paperboy 2. You'll have to forgive me. All right. Hello, other person.
Hey, it's Taylor.
Hey, it's Taylor. I know you.
Yes, we do a music thing together.
We do. How's the weekend treating you? How you doing?
Oh, can't complain so far.
Can't complain. Hey, you know what? Happy to hear it. All right, so let me get the volume set for your first game. So you are our only PlayStation head on here, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we like everybody else kept it pretty simple, kept it, in that 8 to 16-bit alley, but you were in here and you were bringing us to a party. You were bringing us to the next generation of video game entertainment. I actually had to create different setups for both of the games that you did, because they both run at different resolutions.
Oh no.
So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We just got to do this, and then is this SW? Yeah. All right. So there's that.
But yes, I was a PlayStation 1 kid.
You were.
You know, my parents had an NES and an SNES, but by the time I was old enough to start asking for shit at video stores, you know, we were in full PlayStation swing. I don't remember when we got our PlayStation. It could have been late 97 or maybe early 98.
I got mine when Final Fantasy VII came out.
It's whenever my dad decided he wanted the PlayStation is when we got it, but it wasn't like right when it came out. It would have been 97 or 98.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which by then, so the first game. Well, I believe you'd mentioned that everybody is going in backwards order.
Yeah, we're gonna do SW first.
SW. Okay.
Okay. So what's SW? Let's get it.
So I did some background research, and there's an unintended connection between the two games I picked.
What? There's a connection between the two games?
Well, so the game we're about to talk about, SW means Star Wars, everybody.
It means Star Wars. We're going to be playing a Star Wars video game.
Well, this particular Star Wars game, it is a ripoff. And I don't just mean of your money, I mean the game concept is a ripoff.
Oh, yeah. Of a much, much better, more recognizable, more fun, more just, you know, an overall much better license, you know, just a much better thing. How's it going, Devin, by the way? So many friends here tonight, Jesus. Enjoy this game, you will. I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself there, video game.
Oh, we're Activision. We're pre-EA Star Wars. Luxaflux, you may know them from the true crime games on PS2 and just about nothing else.
Oh, God, right. Okay, so. Okay, what's the story here?
So, yeah, this is Star Wars Demolitions. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and as you know, this game came out in the year 2000, so maybe I would have 7 or 8, depending on the point of year this was. So as a little kid, even more of a Star Wars fan. So this is Star Wars Demolition. It's a ripoff of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And I thought, hey, I like Twisted Metal. I like Star Wars.
What could possibly go wrong?
Little did I know.
Oh, boy. So I've not played this, but I just know. Like, I can look at this, and I know what this game feels like. I know how this is gonna go. And I'm gonna hate every second of it. But I'm doing this for you. I played it long enough to set up a profile with your name on it.
So for those of you who weren't reading the title crawl, the gimmick here is that Emperor Palpatine has outlawed pod racing, and so now Jabba is doing Twisted Metal instead.
Yeah. I mean, this menu system's pretty cool. I'll give it that. You know, the way
the gate it's got Boba Fett right on the cover.
Oh yeah, that's how you pulling them in. How's it going, Sora?
Oh God, the frame rate.
Oh, the frame rate may be a little slow for you because, you know, we're using a screen share, so it may be a little choppy that way.
I don't think I'm on the screen share. I'm just watching on the stream.
Oh, yeah. You can just watch the screen share if you want to, like, not have any latency between you and what's going on. You can just watch that in the Discord. Yeah, there you go. All right.
So yeah.
All right. So there you are. There's you. There's you. So what are we doing? Battle, tournament, high stakes, hunt a droid.
Let's just go with battle. I think that's the first thing anybody would do.
Okay, it's a single battle. Defeat all CPU opponents to win. The outcome affects your win-loss record. All right.
I will say I have not played either of these games since the day we took them back to the rental store.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
One of these...
I think that's a sign for most of these games that people have picked.
Yeah. So I'm not sure, right? Because the first game I know which store that was from.
Mm-hmm.
This game, because this is a little bit more recent than the other game we're gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
This could have either been the local mom and pop shop, or it could have been Hollywood Video at this point.
Okay. Where are we gonna do battle at?
Oh boy. I'm trying to think. I gotta think Dagoba's gotta be the shittiest. Maybe Cloud City. Oh no, do Cloud City, because that's gonna have instant death hits.
Oh, cool. Like, where's Cloud City?
You'll cycle.
Okay, there it
around
is.
to
There it is.
again.
All right, let's do Cloud City. I didn't know.
Jabba
I didn't know
looks
Cloud
so
Final
good.
Fantasy. I didn't know Cloud Final Fantasy was in this game, but sure. Oh, who's this guy?
Some guy.
Wade Boggs.
Yep.
Boba Fett. General Otto. There's a look.
Whomstever the fuck.
Whomstever the fuck. Tia and Gia. Aura Singh. That sounds like a threat.
She's in the background of the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
A Wookiee.
Okay.
I think
Timothée
that's Lando.
Spree.
I think that's Lando in disguise.
Pugwis. That's a great name. It sounds like a disease. Got a bad case of Pugwis.
This is one of those games where the manual was probably cooler than the game.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Wade Boggs. All right, who are we gonna be?
Let's see. Go with the Wookiee.
Which one's the Wookiee? This guy? Quagga?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna be Quagga. Oh, okay. Now choose your opponents. Rocket Pack, Snow Speeder. What do you think will be the most annoying thing?
Oh boy, maybe the nose speeders. Because they fly.
No. Well, there's my ideal opponent.
Well, I think you can. Each one of those is a different slot of opponent that's going to appear.
Oh, is that what's going on here? Okay, so I move it. Okay. Rancor, Snow Speeder, Swoop, Desert Skiff.
You know what?
Pod Race.
You know
Those
where
are
I
illegal.
You know where I literally don't. What I literally don't remember from Twisted Metal, having to do this just to play it.
No. Twisted Metal is literally just jump in, start shooting shit.
Like, I know there's like story modes in those games, but you could also. It was not this difficult just to set up like a quick play.
Right. Okay. Oh boy, there's a. Well, I want to go in here. Hey, come back here.
PlayStation games are kind of funky to emulate in my experience. Like, I could never get the Phantom Menace to stream right, and I don't think it was my computer's fault. It was the game itself.
What happened?
Oh my god.
What did I do? I don't even know what happened.
I think the fucking Forest Walker is a Rancor, by the way. This is the tie-in to the Mandalorian Season 3, the Book of Boba Fett.
Right. Okay.
Boba Fett gets a pet Rancor, and he rides it like an elephant.
Wow. Driving feels very laborious.
Well, I intentionally picked the thing that had the stats I assumed would be the slowest.
Sure. Yeah. Like, the whole point is, this is way funnier. This is way funnier if I'm miserable. Don't worry. It's fine. Holy crap.
Like, when you play as Boba Fett, you're just Boba Fett flying around on a jetpack.
See, that's too cool for me. Too cool for this stream.
You die very easily as Boba Fett.
Oh, jeez. I have no weapons, I don't think.
You're dying pretty easy as this thing, too.
Yeah, I look like I'm kind of eating shit pretty hard. Everything has so much health! everything, like, a normal enemy would have died in Twisted Metal by now. Okay.
It's a really good game, Polly.
I'm having a great time. It's like McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Yeah, so this is the kind of shit I used to fall for when I was a kid.
Wow, you were a dumb kid.
Yeah, I did. It took me a while to pick up on the fact that most licensed games were usually terrible. The thing is that Star Wars has bangers sometimes.
Sometimes. Like, it's rare, but I know that I have played good Star Wars games.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure. Now, and again, I wasn't, I would have been like 8 years old. I wasn't up on the uptake enough to pay attention to developers.
Yeah.
And I probably, I think I got, PSM, the unofficial PlayStation magazine.
They're rogue, man. Like, anything they put out, anything they say has got to be the truth.
Yeah, that's how. I remember at one point there being a serious rivalry between people who read PSM and the official and OPM, the official PlayStation magazine.
Yeah. Okay, give me this.
The magazine era was a fun time, especially since, I will say this. I never found a PSM score to be inaccurate, but it's like, unless I happened to have the issue where they reviewed this game, I had no fucking... I didn't know how to use the internet yet.
Yeah, like, that was what we had. Like, if you didn't... Like, I didn't really get into using computers regularly until 2001. So
I know we had a computer and it had internet, but at this time the only computer in the house would have been my mother's work computer.
Oh.
And computers back then were a fuck of a lot touchier than they are now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The rule was you do not touch the computer.
Yeah, you could fuck a computer up a hell of a lot easier in 1998 than you could.
And they were comparatively far more expensive.
Yeah. I got a tractor beam. I don't know how I'm using any of this stuff. And I don't know how, like all the action seems to be happening somewhere else.
Yeah,
like,
this was the time.
Whatever I'm doing, like, maybe if I just hang out over here and fart around with my finger up my ass, they'll just kill each other?
I mean, sometimes, like, that was the thing with Twisted Metal 3, right?
Oh,
I don't know if you...
Yeah, I was an idiot that got 3 and was like, oh no, this one's actually not good. Oh, look at us go.
I owned 3, but we did not pay for that. Here's what happened with us in Twisted Metal 3, right? So my dad working in the car business, you'd be amazed what people leave in trades.
Oh,
somebody just in a car he traded in for another car, and his old car he left Twisted Metal 3 with like a little handwritten sticky note of a bunch of cheat codes.
Oh, nice. It reminds me of
great to have. There
was this dude my parents knew that came to my house one time with a bunch of new PlayStation 1 games. They were all still in their shrink wrap, still had their labels on and everything, and he was just like $20 a pop. And I ended up buying. Well, Taylor, you got destroyed.
Oh no.
But
yeah, Twisted Metal 3 was a lot more like that, right?
so this dude was offering me a bunch of PlayStation games for $20 a pop, which, okay, fine. I got some actually pretty decently rare RPGs out of that deal, like Cardio.
Yeah.
But it's just like, when they left, I just kind of looked at my mom and dad, just like, you guys know those were probably stolen, right? Like, you guys probably know that, right? All right, we'll try, like, maybe one more battle here, because I don't know. That seemed to go...
Let's do a different mode.
Yeah, let's see what we got. But yeah.
All right, so...
Okay.
Were you finished with your story about the stolen PlayStation games?
Yeah, the stolen PlayStation game story is over, but it was... All right,
How about hunt a droid? There's probably a target you gotta shoot
Race
first,
against time! Oh, that's gonna be great. Let's do that. I'm already driving so well in this game.
Well, at least there's a time limit, so it'll be over quicker.
Yeah. All right. We'll just do Tatooine, because that's, like, probably baby arena.
Let's do Boba Fett.
Boba Fett? All right. Let's do it.
Because, I mean, let's be real. The first thing any kid's gonna do They don't give a shit. They're gonna play Boba Fett first. And then maybe they'll play. And the next thing they're going to play is Rancor.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because we got other games we can. At this point, I'm pretty sure. Now, I didn't have an N64 until I was in college when a relative was going to throw his away, and I said, "No, give it to me."
Oh, nice.
But you think about Star Wars games at the time. On N64, you had Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
And which is a lot. And you had Shadows of the Empire, I think, was the shooter game.
Yeah, that was the mission-based shooter kind of camp.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that was before or after GoldenEye came out, but
it was. I remember that game being a little jankier than GoldenEye, so it may have even been somewhat.
What did I do?
Well, it restored your shields. Maybe it's a good thing when
Maybe
that
was a good thing. I mean, I like that I am a dude. I am just a dude in a jetpack. That feels good. I've managed to.
It's got to control better.
I've managed to destroy things so far, so that's got to count for something.
I mean, it's got to control better than that tank at least.
Oh god, that thing felt so terrible. Like I don't know. I guess I just can't go in here. Well, no, wait. Okay, no, wait. Is this just like a door that I went in accidentally? That might be what happened. All right.
It's been a while since I played a Twisted Metal game, granted, but did they have that kind of thing that shot you all over the map?
Like I think like 2 and 3 specifically kind of had that.
I just remember 3 being really hard, controlling like balls and taking forever.
Yeah, like 3 wasn't developed by the original team either. So
yeah. So yeah, I will say this: this is not the worst Star Wars game I ever rented.
What was the worst Star Wars game you ever rented?
Masters of Terras Kasai.
Oh, Terras Kasai, right? Yeah, like that's kind of.
Yeah, we ended up owning that because the store blamed us for a crack in the disc that was there when we got it.
Oh, that's never good.
That may have been the last time we went to that.
Yeah, like that would be. I would never rent from a store like that again.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, thanks guys. Now I have one of the shittiest Star Wars games ever made. So that was like a bad rent to own experience. So I thought, well, I won't inflict Masters of Terras Kasai.
Oh!
Oh, death trap.
I just got vored.
Yep, just like he did in the movies, incidentally.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
You see, in a thing like this, I would think you could at least like So Carmageddon, right? Let's talk about
Carmageddon's good fun.
And Carmageddon, there's multiple ways to win any map.
Yeah.
But in this, it's like you can't even interfere with other players.
No.
Like,
Taylor, you're average. That's what Star Wars Demolition has to say about you. You're just average.
Well, I may be just average, and this game is less than average.
This game is... It's like... I guess it's not offensive, but it's also just like, if I rented this, I would just be mad that I wasn't playing Twisted Metal, I think is the thing. Because Twisted Metal is just way better. It has way more personality. The levels are fun.
Soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack, like all of the Twisted Metal games, is pretty good.
Twisted Metal 3 introduced me to Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie, yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. I almost forgot that Rob Zombie. Yeah, like he's done. Rob Zombie's kind of always been ahead of the game with regards of getting his music in video games because he did it in like the 3DO version of Road Rash, Way of the Warrior, Twisted Metal. Like this, like he's always kind of been open to putting his music in games. So like I kind of think that he was maybe kind of like ahead of everybody in that regard and doing that.
The really fun part was you could put the Twisted Metal 3 disc into a CD player and it would play the soundtrack.
And you could just listen to the soundtrack. Yeah, it was one of the last few games I think that used CD Red Book,
which was an interesting gimmick. Apparently, there's a certain subset of audiophile that like to buy up and mod old PlayStations because they have
the
a good CD player.
It's a good CD player. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't know. If somebody... I'm trying to think of what it would take me to part with the sentimental value of the PlayStation 1 I still have.
Not getting rid of it. Like, I still have my original. Not getting rid of it.
Yeah. No, I don't have my original PlayStation 2 because it died.
Yeah, my original PS2 died. I've not had
one of the slim ones.
I never had a PS3 die. I had one 360 die.
I had a PS3 die, but it took years.
Oh, nice. Okay, like we're down here again. Okay, this mode isn't so bad. Like, this mode is pretty inoffensive because like the drones are just easy to and fun to kind of hunt down. But like when you're trying to actually hunt down other enemies, like named characters, I feel like they just have way too much health. Because I could not I couldn't move the health bar on anybody.
Yeah, that was, and the one you picked had the highest firepower rating.
So it's like I wasn't moving the shield or the life gauge at all. So
maybe there's like there's not as many pickups in this game. So I was thinking, because Twisted Metal has all the sub weapons.
Yeah, like Twisted Metal, you get like all the fun weapons like freezing and missiles and shit. Like there's so much cool shit you can do in Twisted Metal that like this just is like feels very plain. By like even Vigilante 8 is more exciting than this.
Incidentally, I think this developer made Vigilante 8.
It would not surprise me.
That was part of my background research where I realized that
you had history with this company.
Well, not with this company, but rather that the company that made the other game we're going to play is Sony Interactive Studios America.
Right, yeah.
Who made Twisted Metal.
Right. So it's just kind of like there's a lot of like did you plan it that way, or was it like I picked my games and then did the research and like it was a happy coincidence?
No, that was a total accident. The other game I picked was just the first game I ever remember renting.
Oh, okay.
And it just so happened to be,
like that they were like involved in a similar capacity then.
Yeah, that they made the much better version of what you're playing now. Incidentally, the other game I picked is not the worst game by that developer that I rented.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next game here after I finish this round. I've actually outdone myself. Like I only got 17 I only got 16 the first time. So now we're just like, you look at me go. Look how good I am at the Star War.
You're getting used to the controls.
I'm getting it now.
Maybe
Still average.
Maybe Boba Fett controls better.
It does, actually. It felt a lot easier. It was a lot more of just kind of feathering the gas and then just kind of turning around a little bit. All right. So, let me get the volume set for this next one. It is... It's about the same, actually, so we'll just leave it. So, next game... Go down here... And I need to actually, because like I said, I had to create different layouts for both games because of the way that because they're presented in different. Okay, so all right, so your next game, you had this to say. This is a game I rented because of the cover. I never made it past the opening area. It's classic early 3D crap with a vicious difficulty curve. Now, I wonder what that could be. What could you have possibly meant? What could possibly be playing? I've played this game, and I've beaten this game. So, I know this game very well. I got this game for $20. No, I think it was 12. I got this game for like $12 at Blockbuster 2 months after it came out.
Oh God. That's a good sign.
This game is press the button. Blasto.
So the cover, it's just a dude who kind of looks like Buzz Lightyear with a gun.
Yeah.
So I thought, how bad could this be?
I think that this game is also Phil Hartman's final performance.
Yeah, this game was 1998, and I think Small Soldiers was the same year.
Yeah,
and right around then he was murdered.
Yeah, just an unfortunately ugly story, but yeah. Yeah, I bought this game and I remember I played through it, like me and a friend kind of just ate through it over the course of a week and a half. It's a game that it doesn't feel great to play right now. I don't even know that it felt super great to play at the time. I'm gonna skip the opening cutscene because it's like 5 minutes long.
Oh, jeez.
Like, this game is really into itself in the way that the Ratchet and Clanks were. Wait a minute. What are we whatting? What are we whatting, Michael Hoovian? What are we whatting? Welcome to Uranus, Taylor.
Yeah. So maybe I was just too young, but
yeah, Phil Hartman was murdered by his wife, and then she killed herself. It was real ugly.
In the chat not know that.
Yeah, I assume that we've got some younger folks in the chat, but yeah, it was a very like ugly thing. Like, I remember actually getting home from being out with a couple of friends and like seeing that on the news and just kind of being completely gobsmacked at it. But yeah, this is Blasto. This is very early 3D. Well, not super early because it's like 1998. This game uses the analog stick, and it like it just, I think that this game was in development for so long, because I think that this game was in development as early as 1995 and it didn't come out until 98, that it still holds a lot of those issues maybe. But yeah, like, I have to like use the D-pad to kind of move and turn. Like, I can't like look around with the right stick or anything or aim. So what's your story with Blasto? Like, how did Blasto treat you?
Oh, I just remember not being able to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to be doing.
Oh.
But I was pretty young. I was, I would have been around 5 or 6 when I rented this.
Right.
And, we hadn't had a PlayStation for very long.
Oh, so yeah, like this third dimension was still a bit challenging.
Yeah, but like, I remember one of the first games I remember playing on PlayStation was a game called a game called Disruptor.
Disruptor.
Back when we used to call it Doom Clone instead of first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Because that game is very much a Doom clone.
Yeah.
But that one was a lot more fun and also a lot easier to actually get a grip on.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is just like, oh man. Like, the biggest problem with Disruptor versus Doom is Disruptor's a lot more linear.
Yeah.
But this, to me, as a kid, this game felt confusing.
Yeah, like, this just feels real weird. Like, even by 1998 standards, it kind of, like, it feels like Siphon Filter. And I like Siphon Filter a lot, but this feels like Siphon Filter, but more unresponsive. And the thing that makes this game really bad, and the reason it doesn't hold up well, is you see those platforms? Do you see these right here? The problem is I have to jump to them.
Yep.
So you kind of
the ice and
the perspective is very perilous. It makes these jumps a lot more perilous than you think they might be. And getting lined up with things like that is really much harder than it should be as well. I'm just gonna jump over here this way.
Oof. And at this point, I think we would have already had Tomb Raider 2 and Medieval.
Yeah. So like I said, this game started development in 95, so it's kind of like, oh, I get it now. All right, let's do some perilous platforming. Here we go. All right, made it. All right. Go.
I can feel
you can feel it, can't you?
It's all coming back to me.
It was so long ago, but it's all coming back to you. All right, do you like babes?
Even the babes. I do like babes. But yeah, I don't ever remember getting out of this area.
I like, me and my friend beat this game, as I said, and it takes quite a bit. So I've already, okay, I gotta go back and go down the elevator, I think.
Of course, you know, at this point, also rentals were, you know, even at this mom and pop shop, rentals were 2 days.
Yeah. So you still had a lot of time to kind of figure shit out.
Yeah. So, I mean, by the time I got Star Wars Demolition, rentals may have been as long as a week if it was at Hollywood Video. I seem to remember that being, and eventually the blockbusters locally had to change in order to keep up, but I seem to remember that being the key difference between Hollywood and Blockbuster in the area is that Hollywood had a longer rental period.
Did I not hit that switch? I thought I hit the switch to turn this thing off. Well, gee, I'm starting to see why maybe 8-year-old Taylor played this and maybe was a little confused.
This would have been 6-year-old Taylor.
Oh, yeah, that's even more perilous, actually.
8-year-old Taylor was Star Wars Demolition. And I had already played Twisted Metal by the time I rented that one.
Oh my god, you move faster when you jump.
Oh, it's one of those games.
I just noticed that. I was doing a bit of a run test there. Okay, I for some reason just did not hit the button. Open cage.
Got some Blasto speed runs.
No, wait a minute. That's the cage. That's for the babe. Wait a minute. Where's the key for where's the fucking... Is it this one? I thought I hit this. Woo! Yeah, I hit this. I swear I did. Also, you kind of got to rely on auto-aiming. You can't really aim your shots very well in this game. We did it.
It's like there's just barely enough to do it.
Barely. It's just barely. Okay, no, we gotta go back. This game is like 15 hours long, by the way. It's got like 20 stages. And they're all like 30 minutes apiece, I think.
Oh boy.
All right. Maybe we can beat one. Maybe we can beat one. I remember the first one not being too bad.
Oh, look, there's a save state. Remember when you could only save at special locations?
That's not, yeah, like video games these days, much more nice.
Yeah. I think the first PlayStation game I remember where you could just save whenever you wanted basically was Metal Gear.
And even then I think it still moved you to like certain checkpoints. Oh boy.
Yeah, it was like if you saved on that floor and you hit
Well, I don't know what they expected of me there. Thankfully, the checkpoints are very generous. They just start you right before you died. Which that made this game like a lot more palatable at the very least. No, I need to go down there. They faced me in the wrong direction.
Funny story about SISA here. So, of course, they made the first 2 Twisted Metal games. They made Blasto. They made a bunch of sports games. They would eventually be split into 989 Sports and 989 Studios.
989, yeah. And that's where the siphon filter connection comes in.
Yep. Although, incidentally, this is not the worst game from SISA that I rented as a kid that I could have inflicted upon you.
Oh, God. What could be worse?
Spawn the Eternal.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know that game. Yeah, I know that game too.
Yep, I made that mistake, and yeah, like I said, I could have been a lot meaner to Polly than I actually ended up being.
I mean, I would have welcomed it.
But for some reason, this one stuck in my craw.
Yeah, like when I saw Blasto, I was like, I don't know. I remember playing that and thinking it's decent. I know I finished it, and it's one of those games where look, I bought it. Might as well, right?
Yeah, it was different when you purchase something.
Yeah, I did it. We beat a level.
I always used to. My mother used to laugh whenever I beat a video game over the course of a rental.
Oh,
she's like, "Well, why would you ever buy it?
Why would you ever buy it?" Yeah, like my parents were the same way. Like when I would won a game that I had already beaten. Like, I don't know, some games are just real good. Like Blasto. Yeah. Blasto, it's such a good video game. I mean, it's okay.
I don't know. Maybe if I played this one again, Star Wars Demolition looked to be about what I remembered it. Maybe if I played this one with a better wherewithal.
Yeah, because really, like, to me, like, the vibe that I get from this game is just like early 2000s PC game where the levels are just kind of big and labyrinthine and kind of a mess to get through. The platforming is the most unforgiving part of the game.
Oh yeah,
because they hadn't really figured that out yet. I'm making lots of blind jumps here. But overall, I don't think that this is terrible. Like, I would probably play this and still have a pretty decent time with it.
Yeah.
And I can shoot all the glass. That feels good. Any game that lets you shoot the glass feels real good.
Oh yeah, destructible environment stuff's always fun.
Yeah, look at that.
But yeah, I think a lot of my rental nightmares also come from like the PS2 and on era where stuff gets harder to emulate.
Yeah, like PS2 emulation has come a really long way, but I wasn't confident in putting that on the list because I just feel that, like, I still feel there's just way too much a chance of running into stuff that just doesn't work right. You guys like platforming? This is the fun shit. This is the fun. What? This is the fun shit right here. Let's go. Let's try to do the tube. Let's do the tube at least. We can do the tube.
Yeah. As a kid, oh boy, if I had ever seen this part, this wouldn't have gone well either.
You'd have just been like, yeah, okay, this game is done. I beat it.
I was probably just a bit too I was a bit too new of a gamer, perhaps,
to handle that. Yeah, this is a little much for a new for somebody just getting into video games.
Yeah. Then again, like, some of the earliest games I remember playing were games I ended up not liking.
Yeah.
The Game Boy port of that Star Wars NES game was one of the first, as
well
as Tetris. Oh yeah, you know how good the NES version of that game is, right?
Oh, it's fucking miserable.
Put it on Game Boy.
Yeah, even more miserabler.
I mean, in terms of, hey, it's probably one of the cleaner working ports from NES to Game Boy of bad video games like that, but it's still a miserably difficult where the fuck do I go game, and now it's on Game Boy.
And now it's on Game Boy. You can, like, access map and, like, so, like, there's definitely stuff to this game. It's just this is not like a game that I give a 6-year-old at all, though.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know that I would give Mario 64 to a 6-year-old either.
Nah. we give them Mickey's Ultimate Challenge. That's what we give them.
Yeah, totally. Or Tetris.
Tetris, there you go. Real easy concept to understand.
But yeah, it's oh yeah. Every jump you hold your breath.
Yeah, like you like obviously can't see it, but I'm sitting here tensing up every time I go for a jump. Yeah, I think this game still is okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This looks like it's probably I don't know. I would have to compare it to the Phantom Menace in terms of the perilous platforming.
Oh yeah, the Phantom Menace.
This looks a lot more. It's just got a weird camera angle.
Yeah, it's like, it's not, like, it's so weirdly slanted. Like, it's slanted down and into the screen in this really weird way that makes judging the distance of anything literally impossible. I owned that game, okay? So I feel ya.
Yeah, that's another owned one, not a rental, so it doesn't meet the criteria.
Yeah.
But this looks like it might be more fun to play than that.
Yeah, like I would definitely absolutely play this again than that. But yeah. So
Phantom Menace is fun with a group of friends when you're super drunk.
Oh yeah, that's about the only way that I would actually play that game at this point. Maybe it'll come up on a stream when I'm just playing random ass games sometime. Now that you've put it in my head, it's like, let's look at that again. Like, if we're gonna do a talk and stream stream. Like, let's have a look at that again. Let's reevaluate and see how bad it is. But yeah, Taylor, these were actually really fun to look at. I don't think that they're the most offensive thing that I've played either. Like I said, Blasto kind of just doesn't get, like, I'm not going to say it's a terrible game because I finished it. And like the other one just made me want to play Twisted Metal, but it wasn't like offensively bad. Maybe if I played it more, I could get like a little burst error with the big ass raid. Holy crap. And I like that we get the big ass raid as we're dropping frames. It's perfect.
Yeah, I was going all robot in my earbuds.
You cannot ask for thank you for the raid. Burst error. How's it going? What were you up to, friendo? We're just here playing bad games that people rented. Blasto being one of those choices, but I think Blasto's okay. I think Blasto fucks.
Yeah, mine turned out to be significantly less miserable than I seem to remember them being.
Yeah, Taylor. Did you really think these were going to be the one that kind of made you go, oh, God?
Well, I mean, let's just say that I expect bad things from Iffy's choices.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Like the next two lists are, oh, boy.
But I also didn't go as bad as I could have because Masters of Terras Kasai and Spawn the Eternal are fucking miserable.
Those would have been just like, I would have to put those at the end of the show because it would have just been like, if you're gonna just suck my soul from my body, we're gonna have to put that at the end. I've got a 2.5 hour stream to get through. You were doing PS1 Doom. PS1 Doom's fun. I remember playing that and Final Doom on PS1 long before I played the PC versions. They turned out very well. Doom 64 as well. From that point in time, Doom 64 really fucks. That game's so good.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't play a Doom game till Doom 3, actually.
And you know what? I like Doom 3 a whole lot. All right. Taylor, is there anything you'd like to say before we put an end to your segment? We put it out of its misery. Anything you'd like to plug or anything you're doing or working on or that you'd want folks to know about?
No, not yet.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by and thank you for contributing games to the list. It was fun getting to kind of play these, like the Star Wars game, despite the fact that it's not my jam. There's something cool and interesting I'd never seen, and like getting to revisit Blasto, which I literally have not played since 1998. Hey, that was fun. Thanks for stopping by.
Dredged up old memories. Yeah. Yes, it was a lot of fun. Catch me in the chat, everybody.
Catch Taylor in the chat, everybody. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute break, and then we're going to come back. We got 2 more folks to get through. So get yourself a drink, get yourself hydrated, stretch your nuts out a little bit, whatever it is that you got to do to make you feel a little more like the best you do that, and we will be right back. did you miss me? Bet you did. Bet you did, but I'm back, so you can stop crying now. All right. Next guest. Hop on in to that call. Get your screen share up so you can watch along. Let the fine internet folks at home know who's you be. Hi. Hello? Hello? Oh. It'd help if I unmuted myself on Discord so that the person that is in the voice chat with me would know that they could unmute themselves as well.
My goodness, I thought we were just having a little hiccup. Time's just slowing down because of all the badness.
No, it was just me being an idiot.
Oh.
Well, you look at the big dumb plushie head that I have. There's not a lot of room for brains in there, and sometimes being a professional streamer is a little too much. It gets overworked, things short out, and I forget things very easily.
Willy-nilly silly old plush stuffed with fluff.
Exactly. How's it going, Raven?
It's going much better now that I have some games I can look back on and cringe.
All right, yeah, we're gonna cringe to some video games. You sent in a couple. I was honestly surprised by a few of them, by both of them, I think, for different reasons. But I guess we'll go ahead and we'll start talking about the first one. So you wrote here, you said pseudo 3D on 16-bit consoles. That always works great, right? Well, the idea of being a hotshot space ace, hopping around in a galaxy map to interstellar dogfights to defend multiple bases sounds rather exciting on paper. The clunky limitations of 3D flight leaves this feeling more like an exercise in futility. Also, the title is belied by how tedious the actual warping is and how nothing else has to do with the actual speed. It was a valiant attempt at what Star Fox 2 could have been, though, and you, of course, are talking about warp speed. So, this is a game that when I play it, I get the feeling that this was a bad PC game before it was a bad SNES game.
I forget, it may or may not have been. I was trying to do a little background research and it slipped my mind, which it is.
Okay, so yeah. This is one of them there, like real, like I guess it's trying to be a real kind of like flight / space simmy kind of games, and I have not a lot of experience with these. Is this like a genre that you particularly gravitated toward, or was just the promise of warp speed here just so much for young Raven's brain that it was just like, gotta have that warp speed?
I think I kind of liked, I was going through my sci-fi Star Wars phase. I also almost did Star Trek Bridge Simulator. Mm-hmm. There's a game where you're like a baby Star Trek captain. So you don't even get to play as like Picard or Kirk. You're in the academy with all original characters from the different species. It's fun, but it's just clunky because of the limitations. And I guess this and Star Fox, I wanted to like this game.
Okay, so should we go ahead and go into pirate busting, or do you think we should just do a training mission? What do you think's good?
I don't even remember this
anymore. You don't
even
remember? Well, we're going to probably do this then. Training probably is the way to go.
I played this multiple times, and so I should remember something like this.
Oh, this was on Genesis? Oh, I bet if this is a game that does scaling and rotation, that probably looked really lovely on the Genesis. I hope that you played this on the SNES. I tried to get the games on the console that everybody chose, so I'm hoping that that's...
Yeah, I had my old SNES for a good long while because I skipped a generation. It wasn't until I got my Xbox in high school. Oh, I kind of remember this screen now. There's that guy who's like, I don't know how he's directing.
Yeah, like, whoa! Look at us go. Okay.
So you kind of feel like you're in a little cockpit here.
Okay, I got a shoot button. I can shoot meatballs at things. Okay, I'm gonna press buttons until things happen.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I remember a few controls.
I found the speed button. That makes me go slow, and this one makes me go fast. All right, now look at this warp speed! I found the warp speed button! All right, we got...
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Here's where it's fun when you actually see that there's a little quadrant map, and you can see how you turn around.
Oh.
So you can point yourself at the right direction.
Oh. I can change my
head.
heading in here, so I don't have to worry about trying to do that in real time.
You can also pick one of those little squares to warp to.
Oh, I can? No, how do I do that?
By holding, I think you hold down one of the action buttons and then use the D-pad to kind of drag your little square. There we go.
Whoa! Okay, I'm gonna go to. Okay, I'm gonna go to the one that's got 1 in it. Okay.
I think that Eye of Sauron there is like your deep space. That's where your friends are ready for, like, you know.
Okay. Now, how do I warp there? Oh, new sector warp canceled. Wait, what happened?
Shoot, this is where my memory fails me. I thought. Let's see here.
Okay, let's. Oh, whoa, no.
Here we go.
Okay.
I have it on Moby Games
All
here.
right.
So let's see. There's let's see. Trivia and hints are all grayed out.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, I guess we can just crawl there, and I'll see if I can't get it out.
Warp canceled. I did. What did I do?
Oh, there we go. Autopilot on. We warped to our buddies.
We warped to our base. Is that what we did?
Yep.
We just warped home.
Where they'd fuel you up and give you missiles and stuff.
Okay.
If you needed it.
Okay, so let's open this again. Let's go here. I want to set that and then point myself that way, and then go fast. Confirm space warp.
Okay,
Warp. Wait. No, hold on.
Okay.
This is confusing.
Okay, when you bring up the map with the Y button, hold down L button and use D-pad to pick destination sector. Confirm with Y button, which cancels the map screen. Hit the X button to ask for warp confirmation. Hit the X button again to warp to destination sector.
All right. Enemy alert! Let's go. Oh, look at us go. Okay.
Finally, the meat and potatoes. Oh, so it does look kind of cool when they like get all up in your face that way.
And then they go away, and then I have a radio message.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Try hitting Y.
Y.
Bring up your map, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Talk to you.
Aboard Stinger. Okay, what do you got? Calling cowardly Stinger. Rude as fuck, my dude.
Yeah, it is kind of cool how these guys talk to you, but I don't really think you need to fight them for any reason unless they're attacking your deep space base.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I already picked this fight, and I don't know that it's a fight I'm going to win, because boy oh boy, these flight controls and shooting controls feel real bad.
Do you have any missiles?
I did it! I killed a dude. All right. So, okay. So, where are we supposed to go then?
I think you say it was 7G.
7G. So let's go over here.
Wanna mess him up a bit.
I'm gonna confirm that, and then when it asks me to confirm with X. Boom. All right, there we go. Okay, we did it. Enemy alert, let's go. All right. Look at this guy. Okay. Dude. Ugh. Does it say anything about how to change weapons or to fire anything other than meatballs?
I think the L is your missiles.
I don't believe I have any.
Oh, so yeah. Let's see here. Yep. Fire missiles when applicable is L button. R button is shoot main cannons.
Boy, that
B button is to toggle missile types. Maybe you can use B to give yourself a missile.
Oh! Message to all star bases. Stinger type fighter. Uh-oh.
Oh, we died.
Well, we had one successful encounter.
Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of coming back to me now. I didn't even remember exactly how this went.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's,
Okay, B is your missile button. But I don't know that I have any. Like, I'm pressing B as much as I possibly can, and I don't think that I have missiles.
I don't even know how your little radar works down there.
Yeah, it seems real confusing. All right, I did it! That's a great explosion.
So he gets for calling you a coward.
Yeah, shouldn't have called me a coward. You might have taken me once, bitch, but look at me now. All right, now let's go up here. Do this. And then confirm it. Let's go! I wish they gave me missiles, though. That would be real handy.
I don't know if it's just because this is the training mission and they want you to, like,
And yeah. They just want you to kind of get by on these crappy meatballs, but this is a very terrible weapon to be... I guess I killed it? I'm not sure what happened there. Computer damaged, oh no! That's terrible.
I don't even know what the computer does anymore. You feel like Scotty in movie 4. You have to actually use your hands. How quaint.
Boom. I blew up the guy. Is a nice 3 frames of blow up animation. Okay. So, I guess they're dead? Because I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, they're just 2.
Where you at, friends? I think they would be a little more adamant about trying to hunt me down.
I can check our map.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
they're not even trying to mess up your home base.
Yeah, they're just kind of hanging. I mean, we'll go over here. Okay. Do it. Okay. I think I got him. The radar does not seem very effective at tracking what's going on here at all.
Yeah, I think in the Star Trek game I mentioned it at least had little triangles to show if they were above or below you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is just kind of like... This is kind of just like feel it around, I guess, and like just move around with the circle.
It has a nice cockpit view, good field of vision, but what do they do with the field of vision? You know, like they could have had like something in the background, like a nebula or moon, some reference point.
Yeah. Let's go back home. Let's see if like we can get missiles. Yeah, I've got no missiles. I've got no engine. I've got no shield. I got no weapons. I have 27 comps. I have 225 warp. I'm assuming that I can only warp so many times.
I think that's how much energy your warp would cost you.
Oh, okay. So I've got 88.99 energy, and I can get 225 to warp to that destination. So if I were to move... Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, training's easy. We're already ace pilots.
Like, I literally could already beat this game. Like, it's just a baby game. All right, auto docking. Let's go.
It's kind of cool. We just like auto dock. You just like a little moment to watch the animation.
You are promoted to the rank of Scout. You are
promotion,
a
baby.
blue Cygnus for bravery in battle. All right.
Oh,
look
I
at
remember
that.
these medals.
Look
That
at
was
that.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a decorated war veteran now. Who'd
I
have
tried to
thought?
get my little brother to play a game where I would give him like blue signuses, but I didn't understand like military decorations.
Right. Okay. Then
So you have like a score that's building up, but I don't really know what
I'm
your
not
score
sure like
does.
what that's for.
I don't think you can like buy stuff.
Nah, it doesn't look like it. Just lit that dude up. They can't stop me. I'm just balling out of control here. Balling like the mayor. They can't stop me. I just fuck this practice mission's ass. Look at that. Literally the best at video games. Literally. Who better? Who better?
You're retired after 10 victories. That's like
Now we're
nothing
done.
else.
Like, what else is there for me to accomplish, Raven? Really? What is there for me to accomplish in this field?
I would say nothing.
Exactly.
It's,
Oh, well, fuck, I got credits. I just beat
Look at
your
all-
rented game.
all these people put in their hard work so that you could beat this game 25 years later.
Look at me
Give or
go.
take.
I'm gonna get a hold of every single one of them on Twitter. Tell them, like, look, I beat your stupid game. I probably wouldn't say stupid game. That would probably be very rude in a Twitter interaction with a stranger. Lumina, how's it going? Yeah, I guess I beat the video game. We'll try pirate busting, and then we'll move on. We'll see what happens. This you gotta give me missiles for this one, right?
Pirate Buster. Well,
Pirate
let's see. Armament. Oh, 2x photon. I guess that's good.
Oh, okay. So okay,
Will we
this
stingers again. I hope stingers get missiles.
I hope. We'll be able to look. They'll tell me what I have when I go in to check the headings here. So, all right. Whoa, hold on. All right, I've got no missiles. I still have nothing. I've got
let's
nothing.
Maybe test fire one.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go. Okay, what's this red thing up there? Or the blue thing up here?
Shoot. This is where I guess that's where we destroy 3 rocks with faces and our father disappeared there.
All right, let's go fight this guy, and then we'll warp it. Let's go. Now we'll try to fire a missile when we get him. No, they still want me to fly circles and stuff. So we'll just fly some circles.
Because I thought there would be these cool carriers that you had to shoot missiles at, and they'd be like a different kind of enemy, but I might be thinking of a different game.
Oh no. Hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
my
you know-
computer's damaged. Crap. I don't know how I'm getting damaged, but we're getting damaged, friends. This game is very mysterious.
I don't even know what that yellow bar on the right does. Is that your shields?
I have no idea. No
Maybe it's
idea
your-
what that would be. I just love that my meatballs are so slow that they just kind of... It's kind of just impossible to shoot things. All right, we did it.
Oh.
I'm gonna fly to this thing. I don't know what the hell it is, and it's bothering me. So I'm just gonna fly to it. Do it! I don't know what it is. It can only be good though, right?
Upward and onward to infinity and beyond.
Exactly, that's what we do. And oh! 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 What? What? Hello? Is that a healthy?
Oh, we're in another quadrant. That's cool. That's how you switch quadrants.
I don't know that that's how black holes are supposed to work. But sure. Okay, so I guess these guys over here are close to the base, so we'll just use them. We'll go after them. Star Trek Voyager now.
Yeah, it's like if Tom Paris was the only character.
This game's music does not strike me as very space adventure-y, however.
It's got a beat to it, but it's not really like action adventure.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I'm like an upbeat video game tune. Do you like me? And I was like, well, you're okay, I guess. You know, so be it. No, come on, friend. Oh, why are things so hard to shoot? Like, how am I supposed to lead shots this far? What do you want, radio? Oh, look at you. You are a very ugly feller.
It's Meatwad.
It's Meatwad. Stormcrow, how's it going?
Come and prove your courage by facing me in combat stuff.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so, yeah, it sounds like the radio chatter is just there for kind of smack talk.
So I remember that the base would bug you if other baddies got too close.
Yeah, like, okay, so I blowed them up because that's why I went after those guys, because they were close to the base. So where do we go now? We've got...
We're on the baby missions, but it doesn't really seem like much is happening.
Yeah.
I got this confused with another game. I thought it was a better game. It tricked me.
No, this is very like boring and slow. We'll kill another enemy or so, and I think we'll call it, because I think I've seen about what this game does.
Yeah, I'm like confusing it with other games.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
There's a lot of games like this. Like, I feel that there's probably stuff like this in the Wing Commander games, right?
Yeah. One thing I remember, and I don't know how to do it because I couldn't look it up, I soft locked this game.
Oh, really?
I think it's either when you warp directly on top of a base or if you approach it at a weird diagonal angle between the squares, and when it does that autopilot and just kind of zooms in. I swear
it made it lock up.
It got stuck in that animation, and I was ticked. Ticked the heck off.
Dang, there went all those medals you earned and everything. Yeah, this game seems okay. Like, this is nothing I think I would have ever rented. Wow, look at this guy. He's blue.
Is space camouflage. But yeah, it's not... I wanted games that weren't bad, but ones that were like...
Kind of like, you rent it and you're like, well, this is what I'm stuck with this weekend, huh?
This is the best the Super Nintendo can offer that isn't, already at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Million seller list.
Yeah, can't imagine Warp Speed being on the million seller list. The only thing I like about this game is it's got meatballs. And I'm a big fan of meatballs.
IKEA should sell a version of this game you program yourself from a manual.
Oh, really?
I mean, with meatballs.
With meatballs.
That's a Swedish meatball joke.
Oh. Ha! Come on, green guy. Accept the inevitable. Let's do this. Come on. Like, no, you need to talk to me on the radio first. Then I'll die. No, you gone, son.
Another thing with games where the bad guys were on radios. Spider-Man for the Game Boy.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I didn't rent it. I owned it.
Got him.
I got it as a gift. And yeah, so for some reason, all the bad guys are smack talking him on the radio. Like, Webhead, if you want to see Mary Jane, you'll have to face me. It's like, guys.
Guys, come on. Laying it on a little thick. This guy just like, I didn't know these breakthroughs let my gremlin. You're braver than most human pilots. No, prepare yourself for blah blah. Dude, I think you're dead. Yeah, this is okay. This is fine, I guess. There are people out there that like these kinds of games, I'm sure. Don't know that I'm gonna be that person. But that's fine. That's fine. Those people can enjoy their space boat games all they want.
Pretty sure I rented this twice. So, a big mistake on my part.
Oh!
Just gone with Bomberman.
You just kind of had to, like, you had to know. Like, you got so far into it, you just like, I just need that rush of warp speed. Like, because there's too much excitement. Okay. Yeah. Next game's volume needs to be at around this, I think. Oh. All right. So your next game you wrote about here. The other overly difficult Addams Family game. An Addams Family game! Are you telling me that a licensed game betrayed our expectations once again, Raven? Are you telling me this?
Betraying expectations is a little high. Like it met my low expectations.
Right, lowered expectations. Okay, now this looks somewhat original based on the magazines I used to devour as a kid. You ate magazines as a kid?
Delicious, high in fiber.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And it certainly does have its good qualities. Looks quite spooky, has a hub world, appropriately unique level concepts, and it's just way too hard for a kid's game and lacks fun power-ups and attacks. It's style over substance, and unfortunately for a franchise that should be ripe with visual gag potential, it's just not that much style to begin with. Let's load up. Let's load ourselves up an Addams Family game. Well, I mean, we have a rendition of the Addams Family theme.
Yeah, I think the legend says that's how they decided to reboot this as a movie with Raul Julia, is that people were just, the producer caught his family singing the theme song out of nowhere in the early 90s. Decades after the air.
Yeah, and like that's a similar thing that happened at Sunsoft when Fester's Quest got made, is that the Japanese lead on that game was just like, I just really want to make a game about the Addams Family, and like the rest of them were just like, it's a fucking show from the 1960s. Why do you want an NES game released in the 90s about it?
And the thing is, it's not even based on one of the more popular iterations.
No!
Oh, there's Pugsley's Idol animation where he eats a sandwich.
He eats a sandwich. I mean, okay, look, style over substance here. All right, so this is Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. I know somebody that speedran this game for a while, and this game is a speedrun. Looks incredible. It's crazy when somebody knows what they're doing with this game and can play it really fast. His name was Johann Howitzer.
I'll have to check that out because I couldn't get through a single darn level. So someone speed running this, it's like that's like magic. That's like running a 6-minute mile
I think you're gonna find that that's kind of how things are gonna go for me tonight, because that is about my experience with Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. I just remember this game being fucking impossible because every single thing is out to kill you at all times.
Oh, yeah, your mom doesn't even want to help.
Why don't you want to help? I thought that said I'm busty, and I was like, well, you are, but I've clearly read this wrong.
Yeah, see, this isn't even one of the more popular. I think this is based upon the animated series.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, drink this shrinking potion. It will help you a lot.
Best level.
Oh, is this a level?
He shrinks us down.
Oh, I found.
Oh, and Fester's wacky mad scientist laboratory. We're the tiny pugsies. We're on his little his operating table or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to give this game some points. Listen to when I stomp on things.
appropriate. Oh, and
Yeah,
there's little blood splatters,
I'm here for I'm here for that. Lumps! How's it going, friend? Hope you are doing well. I'm stomping on things and making them fart.
I mean, Nightmare Ned got a yo-yo, but you know, that's a good Goomba stomping.
Look at this sliding around we can do. Look how much you slide from just no movement at all. All right, platforming. Let's do it. Well, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, you get 3 hits, and a little hint though. I think only the sides of those hurt you. There's a way to have the little flames jettison you up.
Oh, really?
But yeah, this is the kind of game it is. It's like, what if the springboards hurt you?
Oh. Well, okay. Whoa. We moving, we schmoving, we schmoving. You got a lot of control over your jump height.
Because I didn't remember the nuances of how this controlled. I just know I died a lot.
Oh, it's very easy to die because everything is dangerous and you slide everywhere. Oh, okay.
So that helped us somehow, I guess.
That helped us. The game's got real good music, I gotta say. I'm digging this tune so far.
Yeah, when I was a big kid, I couldn't really appreciate the music.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Kind of hear a little of it. It is kind of haunting. It's appropriate for where Uncle Fester is doing his thing. Oh, you see, it kind of boosts you up.
It kind of boosts you up, but I think it's still doing damage.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very whoa! Well, okay then. All right. 3 fresh hits. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Is it just like da 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 da, and then you go to the middle? Oh, okay, look at me go. Look at me go! Never mind. I think that honk sound when I get hit is from the other Addams Family game on the SNES, because I remember Angry Lanks playing that, and when he heard that sound, literally had to stop streaming because he just couldn't stop laughing. It's just honk, honk.
Oh, there was another one?
Yeah, there's another Addams Family game on the SNES.
Is it more based on the movie?
I think so.
Yeah, because this is the short-lived Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Okay, I was wondering if this was based on a cartoon or something, because I didn't recognize like the character designs at all.
I mean, because Morticia's pretty distinctive. You
Yeah.
know, she's a waif in a one black robe, but yeah, Pugsy's a little bit more of a mop top. I think in the
Yeah.
live-action movie, he had just shorter cropped hair, and he wasn't wearing that mustard and olive shirt.
It's a very good fashion statement. What are you talking about? How do I get over there?
I think you have to hit that question mark down there. I think that's a switch. That's like a Mario.
Gotcha.
I'm old enough to know to recognize that's hydrochloric acid, HCl.
HCl.
Although they shouldn't put the capital L because that would make it hydrocarbon and
Carbon and fuck. What is L?
There's no
Is there
capital
an
L.
L?
I think Li is lithium.
Lithium. Yeah, I was thinking.
We're just geeking out in the lab.
Now we're just learning. Now we're learning. You come to this stream to learn. I mean, we did start with an edutainment game. Okay, where was the question mark?
Drop down past these these metal frame bit thingies.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
there it
there's-
is. There it is. There it is. Oh, huh. Okay.
So there's some blocks that came up. Maybe that one we weren't supposed to get yet.
Maybe.
It would just be just like this game to be like, oh no, you're supposed to use some trial and error.
There's question marks down there, too. Curious. You can't have sent me up here. Oh! Look at us go. You know, I think I could probably grow to like this game. No, that was not it.
I was taking a wild guess.
You know what? It's a good guess because I mean it's an ocean game, and all ocean games are ridiculous.
Did they make Cool Spot?
Yeah. No, I think that was Virgin.
Okay. I think I'm recognizing the logo now. Yeah.
What? Okay, the red stuff can hurt you.
The thing is like, it wouldn't be so bad if you had, I really, really want a dedicated attack button.
Yeah, you have no way of actually defending yourself in this game. And it feels weird jumping on literally anything because you feel like it could hurt you.
There's no power-ups either. You know, Sonic got his little bubble.
Yeah.
OG Sonic. So, yeah, maybe if we go around that somehow, we can go...
Aha!
Ah, see, that switch opened up the little,
Oh! That's so dickish! What was that shit?
Pugsley's just giving us a look. He knows we messed up. He has his little exorcist head twirl. I didn't know he did that.
Pugsley, go fuck yourself! What a video game! Oh my god! What an asshole! What an asshole this game is! What the fuck?
Did hitting all those? I don't think hitting all of those happened. What are those green blocks floating in the midair? Do they do anything?
I can't get them to do anything. Oh! Okay, you hit them in the right order and then they do... Oh! You hit them in the right order.
Because that looked like it should be a platform across, but it was background. There, it was background for some reason.
Oh my god, what are we... What is this game is so mysterious? I'm afraid to jump on anything. You see me having this trepidation before landing on anything. It's like, I don't know, it might hurt me.
Oh, there's a heart. It's like your one power up, your one pickup that wasn't, you know, the dollar signs so far, and it was 3 screens.
Honk.
Or whatever these are. It needs power-ups. It needs some kind of variation.
You need something. I can't get up there.
It's not that bad. Maybe we need to pogo off the Bunsen burners into the other platform. I don't know.
Oh. What? What? I feel like power-ups in this game are the worst thing. They either find a way to fuck me out of them or they just lead me to my death. Again, big props to this game for having a fart sound for when you kill enemies. Like, that's kind of like... That's good sound. That's good design. Oh my god.
Okay, well, now that we can start again,
okay,
it really should give you an option to, oh no.
Like, yeah, where's the option to oh no out of this level?
It should give you one. I want a wish list. I want to go back to Ocean and say, remake this?
Yeah. Do it, but like, just a bit better. Because what you have, you have a base that is not entirely terrible. No.
I don't know how that's the ending. Why was Wednesday gonna hit him on the head when he was already being cooked up?
Like, just kind of seems a little overkill to me. Overkill? Overkill? If we could
try one more level. Some of these doors do different things. I know Wednesday tells you to go buzz off, but Granny's in the attic. She has a fun level.
What's she gonna do? What gonna Granny? Oh, hey! Look into my crystal ball. Okay. Let's look into the crystal ball. What do we got?
Limited field of vision!
Oh, what a good concept for a level. What Wait, did I just
hey.
Did I back out?
I guess you can turn around and go back. I didn't know.
I did not know that. What's in here? No,
Oh,
no,
that's-
no, no,
that's
no, no,
doing
no, no,
that.
no, no. I want to leave. I want to leave. Leave button. Leave button. Let's immediately leave. I'm out. I'm out.
We've played with Fester enough. He
Fester,
shrank us.
no. No. No.
We don't want to be shranked no more.
No. No. What in the world?
The bathroom for some reason where we're also shrank.
Okay, the bathroom is nice. Let's look at the other. Let's see what else we got access to here, and then we'll pick one and round that out.
Flush us to the hub world. Oh,
You're
yeah.
not getting any help from me. That's a great screenshot.
Yeah, it is. It's cute. I thought. Oh.
Here's how we all feel right now.
Oh, big move, Lurch. Yeah.
That's just all of us. That's just all. Wait, is Lurch a level?
Apparently, I thought Grandma was the attic. I guess Lurch is the attic.
Which one do we want to do? Which level do you like?
I remember more Grandma's level.
All right,
Maybe I
let's
just couldn't
go.
figure out how to get to Lurch.
We'll go to Grandma. We'll hang out in the crystal ball.
I don't know why they decided you should have a limited field of vision, but it's a cool effect because you're watching yourself in her crystal ball, and there's this medieval crap going on.
I bet I can't jump on him. Okay, I was thinking, why would I be able to jump on him? I like how they move the UI as well. If you look at the hearts, how they're lined up like in accordance to where the curvature of the ball. I think that's actually a cool idea.
Yeah. I like games where there's a little effort shown, but you can still kind of get angry at them.
Oh yeah, like it's very easy to get angry at this game because it's just like, at any point, I think everything's gonna hurt me. And I'm not wrong.
Here's the Yoshi's Island wrecking balls.
The Yoshi's Island wrecking balls, yeah. Okay. Very satisfying jump sound as well. That bang, that's kind of like the sprung rubber band sound. Oh, that was kind of cheap.
Yeah, it leaned into the cartoony feel. Granny's even blinking.
She is. It's a very nice effect. No.
Ooh, almost.
Like at every point, like this is a problem I typically have with a lot of Euro developed games, is that they think that at every single position on the screen and in a level, something should always be actively trying to kill you at every single moment. And there's never a moment of just like rest. There's just some shit always happening. And it's a common thing that you'll notice in European game design. Like, there's no need to throw fireballs at me from the back. It's just kind of mean and shitty to do. Well,
they're getting a little farther each time. Unfortunately, it's like it's not worth it. It's like
it's really not. Like, there's
warfare.
There's such a solid base here for an okay hop and bop platformer, but it's just designed with so much like malice toward the player of just like, I need to fucking kill you. And it just makes it a very unpleasant and uninviting experience, despite the fact that it's this fun license that you could work up to this kind of insanity, but the game just starts here and it feels ridiculous.
I don't even know how you're supposed to get past that.
I don't get it. There's so much. Look at all this shit going on.
I mean, the Addams Family pinball game was ridiculously difficult, but that was more for like drunk adults at a bar.
Yeah.
This is a kid's game.
Now we're taking blind jumps. Or just very intensely precise jumps. Look at that. That's crazy.
Killing it.
We got through ass screen. Deadly water drops. I'm relating to Pugsley right now in that I too want to eat a sandwich. This is not okay. I was thinking, what? Did you guys screw me over here? Is this a maze?
A pocket sandwich.
Pocket sandwich. I always take a pocket sandwich. I'll always take me a good pocket sandwich.
It's going to the other screen. Does it kind of acts like a checkpoint? They
Yeah.
should maybe tell you that.
Oh, come on. The hitbox on those spikes is really stupid. I have to jump on that. Ugh! Look at this! This is like... You could go to this level first.
You could. I like the hub world, but it really doesn't help anything because they're all so difficult.
Yeah, like, I think that, like, this game would have worked better if you just made it linear and had an actual level progression instead of having everything start out as butt-fuckingly hard.
Let's see, did we pause this? Is there some kind of pause menu?
I paused, and then pausing just makes you stop. Wait, what is
there we go.
Oh, look at all this. I have to be finding all of this stuff. I imagine that this is like end of level rewards. That's what I think those are. There's like the octopus ink, the moldy cheese, and the spider venom shit. You got a score. You get it like yeah, I'm getting 50. Anybody playing this game is getting 50,000 points, I bet.
That's only what 500 little mystery pockets where it doesn't. It's not. You think you'd have like a pickup or something, like some kind of icon, but no, you just get points out of nowhere if you stick your butt in the right
Yeah. Oh my
place.
God. Like, oh God. Ugh. Way too many things trying to kill you, loose controls, overly precise jump. Yeah, like that is the defining aspect of all Euro platformers, is just all of that. Like everything happening at all times. Like, what am I even picking up there? Ah!
I mean, I'm nitpicking this so much, even though I've never done anything like this myself. But it's like, what if that? I don't know if it's a bird or a bug. I guess it's supposed to be a blackbird. It's like, what if you could jump off of that in? Oh, I guess like that. But like, what if it was like hovering over here, where it made the jump easier or something?
Yeah,
So
like. It's just like, there aren't enemies in this game that are ever designed to like help the player move along or make you progress in any way or make the player feel good about killing them or something. It's everything is intended to fuck you over at all points. Like there's nothing made about this to actually make you feel good, to make you feel good about interacting with it. The reason fucking Mario has Goombas and shit, like real simple enemies that walk towards you, is because it feels good to like let the player do something. And like this is just like, this is typical, you know, like I said, this is Eurojank design at its finest. They have a solid idea, like the controls don't feel bad, but nothing about the way the levels or the enemies are designed is actually conducive to making it a fun experience for the player.
yeah, but I think this was ripe. It was something I rented because I saw it in a magazine, and then it told me, you know, a few things, and it left an impression on me. I was like, what am I going to show you? Am I going to show you Clay Fighter? Am I going to show you that funky Star Trek game? I'm like, no, I'm going to show you Pugsley, and I can see, do I just suck at video games, or is it really...
No, it's just badly designed. At the very least, we had some good game design discussion about why this game is just incredibly awfully designed, and how they missed the mark in ways that they didn't have to because they almost got it. But they couldn't make anything in service of making the player feel empowered or making anything the player does feel good. Everything is just in service of, I want to kill you, and that is it. And I think that that's just a terrible way to approach game design. All right, Raven, these were fantastic picks.
Thank you.
Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun having you on as well to yap about them with me.
It was flattering that you gave my childhood a bit of a whack and the middle finger it deserved.
Yeah, I think that it definitely deserved. But yeah, thanks for coming on. Is there anything that you want to plug or anything while you're here? Raven also streams, by the way.
Yeah, a teensy bit here and there. I tend to stream the games that our community members make because they have wonderful itch pages. I'm still so stoked that after years of trying, I beat Poly Dungeon.
You finally did it!
Yes. So, well, shoot. Apparently watching the demo play, that's the problem. We didn't watch the demo play first.
Yeah, the demo is just way better at this somehow. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you know, I write, I draw, and if I'm dropping anything, it's also going to be on my Twitter, which is twitter.com/RayvenTheGM. Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Raven. And
always an honor.
We will catch it. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
I'm on the edge of my seat, so I'll just sign off now.
All right.
Unwind.
All right. Take it easy, Raven.
You too.
All right, we got one more list, 2 more games to check out, and boy, oh boy, they are going to be some fun, let me tell you. But first, let me do this, and then let me get the volume set for the next one. I will be flying these last 2 by myself, so... All right. So, let's run this back. Okay. All right. So our last 2 come from the greatest wifey in the known universe. The one, the only, the always amazing, always beautiful, always incredible Iffy. Iffy's got bad rentals. There's nothing bad about Iffy in any other way, but she has copped up to bad rentals. So, let's see what we got here. It's definitely possible to go too far and make these games that are more just that we're trying to message the player, the brain and ego, to massage it, yeah, but it's also easy for me to forget that. Some of it is important to making hard games feel rewarding. Yeah, like, and I think that, like, you need to just look at a lot of, European game design, and it's just made about, look, it's just adversarial towards the player at every given moment. But anyway, moving on to Iffy's choices for bad games. This one's incredible. It's amazing that Iffy is even playing video games at all. It's amazing she ever gave them another shot after this. She says, "This was the first game I ever played, and I'm really glad I was like 5 years old at the time, or it would have stained my opinion of video games forever." I am so sorry that anybody had to experience this as their first video game. Can you imagine experiencing LJN's The Uncanny X-Men as your first video game? Look at this chat! This chat literally just fucking exploded when they saw this pic. If Iffy has any doubt that the choices that she had to make were bad at all, just the way the chat completely destroyed itself just now. Does this have any relation to Arcade's Revenge? No, it does not. It was, I mean, they were both made by LJN though. The time to play some shitty games and suck ass. Look at this, everybody's just like, yep, I fucking get it. All right, this is Marvel's X-Men. This game is completely fucking incomprehensible. So I guess I'll do practice because I don't I don't know what you're supposed to do in this game at all. This game is notoriously poopy. That's about all I know. So I'm gonna be, I don't know who I want to be. Whatever game you played so far, it's not as bad as this. Yeah, I think there's a reason why I never played this. All right. Cyclops is boring and safe. Fantastic. Let's go. So, I don't know. Like, I just know that, like, you move around and shoot things, I guess. Like, you move around and hit things. And I'm stuck and can't move. Like, is there a goal? What am I supposed to do? Like, what is the goal here? It's like someone broke Gauntlet. Yeah. Reach the end. I feel like this is the end. Because I can only go this far. Do I go back or this or Wolverine? Wolverine's playable. I know people that speedrun Wolverine. Wolverine's just got interesting movement tech. That's really all there is to that game. Like, what is this? I need a key, I guess? I don't know. I'm not, what did I do? Wait, did I accidentally change who I am? What is, I don't, okay. Is Wolverine okay? I don't think Wolverine's okay. Yeah, okay, Wolverine would not be a great first game. Like, is there a point to what I'm doing here? Is it just like kill things till you die? Is that all this is? Go right. I can't. Yeah, I don't know what this game wants. It's good practice. Yeah. Like, is there any point to this at all? Do you just like, is practice just that? Is it just practice? I mean, Sega did a couple of good X-Men games. A button doesn't seem to do anything. Start pauses the video game. Select made me the other guy. It made me Wolverine. I guess that's okay. It was a long way to go for X-Men Legends 2. Yeah, you ain't wrong. So, no, really, does like anybody know what I'm supposed to do? The other levels they exist, but only the cause of them. Oh, right, yeah. Well, I can select them right from the start. Practice mode doesn't end. All right, let's go ahead and stop this nonsense. Because if we're just gonna stay here, we're just gonna make ourselves the living definition of insanity, and we don't need to be doing that. All right, just reset. All right. And now, okay, let's do Future City Street Fight. I'm gonna go. I'll be Wolverine, and we will take Storm. Oh, this is how I fight, isn't it? Oh, that's. What is that? This is. Huh. Boy, this is a thing, alright. What happened? What? Okay. We're just gonna go forward and shoot things. We're gonna just say we're playing Commando. We're just gonna play Commando. We'll pretend we're playing a good video game like Commando. Okay, thanks for stealing my power-up, friend. That was worthwhile. Okay. Please, bump me around more, enemies. Oh, good lord. Get over here. Oh, God. Dude, come on. I can't. Fine, that's what I wanted. It'll be easier this way. Oh, okay. What? Okay. I got a feeling that this was probably for the best. I can't move. I can't move. You have to find the key cards in each stage, then follow the instructions that appear to make you read. What? The kid, it's in the system. How do you, what? Wait. What? Are you for real? How do you... Was this game released for something else and they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they were porting it? And that was like a gimmick that would work for like a PC game? Yeah, the top loader wouldn't exist yet. So it doesn't make sense. Oh, God. And like, I don't know if I can, like, I can't eloquate well enough how awful this feels to control. Like, I feel like I need to put my thumb through the controller to get my character to move. Oh, thanks. I got a key. I got a key. I don't know what that does. I got a key. That will do something somewhere. Well, do I keep my key? No, I don't keep my key. That's very cool. That is so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've burnt your screen? What about mine? I'm the one playing it! I feel like I'm gonna have to like wash my monitor in the bathtub after this. This is just miserable. This is crap. And like knowing that shit now, that there's like instructions on the front of the cartridge that you have to use in order to finish the level, but the cartridge is in the fucking system. Yeah, you wouldn't even notice. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh my god. No, I'm not playing this game again and you can't make me. Oh my god. Like, I'd stayed away from this game because I knew it was bad. I never had a reason to ever want to even know, because I didn't want to be one of those people that's like, I'm gonna play the bad game and bitch about it. This was Iffy's first game ever. It is a fucking miracle that she's playing video games at all. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we're done with that one. No, you can't make me play more of that. You can't. I refuse. All right, and now we have one more. So I gotta get the volume set. All right. I'm gonna have to make art for her then. Yeah, she deserves art. She deserves lots of hugs. This is a problem. Like, I'm gonna look at this cartridge. Oh my god. That's barely readable. That's so stupid. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this in. Give me just a second. I gotta pull this in because this is absolutely stupid. All right. All right. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this garbage. This is trash. This is ass. This is stupid. There's an argument for like doing cool meta things with RPG with video games, right? Like there's an X-Men game on Genesis where when you get to the end of the game, you need to reset a computer, and in order to do it, you actually have to press reset on the console. That's cool. That's neat. That's interesting. This is butt-fuckingly stupid. Oh my god, what garbage! Oh my god, who thought that was a good idea? Anyway, we got one more game left in this crap fest, and I think that it may just be like if Iffy has not cinched the #1 spot already, I think that this would give it enough points to push it over. Let's go. Let's just go. More Spider-Man. On top of everything else, I've got to deal with more Spider-Man. The only thing I can give this game is that it has a good opening theme. So what did Iffy have to say about this? Continue with the theme of X-Men games are bad. In the entire rental period with this one, I could not beat a single character's stage because they're all bullshit. No truer words ever spoken. Yeah, like Iffy just brought it completely home. Like just solid, like nobody had, I don't think anybody had a shittier list of rentals. All right, let's play this game. I'm not gonna beat a level in it either, I can almost guarantee you. We got a comic book and a video game. Are you impressed? You don't feel nearly as bad? Yeah, like your games were tolerable. Like if I rented any of your games, I'd have probably just been like, well, I mean, this is what I'm playing this weekend. All right. These games are the games that I am literally taking back and just saying, no, I don't want to play video games this weekend. Okay, I need to go to the right. This level is stupid because you gotta find these bombs all over the level, but you can only collect them in a specific order. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's just a way to take a small stage and make it way longer than it needs to be. Oh, God. Okay, the next one is to the left somewhere. And the music just gets real quiet for some reason. Like, no, it's not over here. Yeah, this is just complete insanity. I don't know. Let's just go all the way down and hope for the best. No. Apparently the Genesis version, which came out later, is more bearable. So another fun story is I have a friend that speedruns this. Speedrunners got no goddamn standards, man. Shout out to Cyphrin. I don't know where the one they want me to find is at all. But look at all these bombs that you're seeing in the background right now. They don't send you through this level to find these on any kind of linear path. They have you weaving back and forth through this entire stage to find them, and it is just completely stupid. And the thing is, like, the controls are decently responsive. That's usually a problem with these kinds of games, is that, like, the controls feel like ass. All right, Spider Sense, to the left. It's somewhere to the left. Is it in here? Is it down? Down. What if I go down this way? It's this one. Ha ha! See? I mean, you could have just made me grab this one next. That would have made a lot of sense. But no. Let's go up here. And then let's stop giving the player directions. You've got to get the bombs in a specific order. You can't just like disarm them like as you find them, because that would make too much damn sense. So now the next one I need to get is over there. Like, oh, cool. How do I get back in there? Yay. Maximum Carnage is okay. I think that, like, despite the fact that it is a really stupidly hard game, I think Maximum Carnage is cool. But this game is just inscrutable. It's unfun. It's stupid. Wow, 2 bombs in a row that were that actually made sense to find. 3? Are you trying to spoil me here, game? And this is the part where Polly admits that Polly has no idea where Polly is going. And Polly is already going insane. Like, I want to get in there. Please let me in there. Okay, we can get in there. Oh, jeez. Don't let Arcade win. Nah, dude, Arcade's winning. Don't worry, it's not a problem. Like, I'm giving this one to Arcade. He can have it. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I can't get down there. How many kids got I did? I did. I saw Arcade's Revenge and had a thought, like, maybe there was an arcade game. It was me. I'm that stupid kid. I'm the idiot. Hello, it's me, Polly S. Idiot. Couldn't just make the next one right here. You just couldn't. Nope. Nope. You're going all the way back, dumb fuck. Oh my god. Ugh. Well, the good thing is most of the enemies are gone. Nope, it's not it, is it? Is it? Can this be it? Oh my god, we did it! Well done, Spidey, we beat a fucking level. Fall damage. Yes, it needs fall damage. I'm so glad you could make it. Let the games begin. Oh god, yeah. Select, choose. Oh boy, yeah. It's all coming back to me now. I beat the Spider-Man stage as a youngin'. I know that now because I remember seeing this screen and never finishing a level. Gambit, he's like Contra, right? He throws cards. You'll shoot things. It'll be great. Oh, of course, this is how you start the segment. More of that quality gameplay design that is just entirely combative towards the player, and that everything needs to be hurting the player at any and all times. Again, I'm gonna remind people, I have a friend that speedruns this game. I don't know how he does it. But I will once again shout out Cyphrin, because Cyphrin is incredible. Well, I think Wolverine on NES is okay. What is this shit? Oh, jeez. Why would I not have my claws out? This game ramped up fast. Yeah, right? A few simple turrets in that first level get you into the wrong mindset, thinking maybe the game's not so bad. Maybe it won't be too hard. No, it's still stupidly hard. All right. I don't know what this has to do with Wolverine, though. This feels like the most un-Wolverine... Okay, just blow me up then, jackass. This feels like the most un-Wolverine scenario that they could have dreamed up. Almost like this game was not meant to be a Wolverine... almost like this game was not meant to be an X-Men game or something. Yeah, this feels like a Batman thing. This feels like this was going to be a Batman game. Okay, cool. Can I climb on the walls or something, or no? Not sure exactly where we're headed, but it's probably the wrong way. In fact, this looks like the start of the stage. Well, okay. What else we got? What else we got? Cyclops! Surely this will go wonderful. Makes you want to go to the arcade and play X-Men? Why is my duck a toggle? That feels like just a bad way to make the game harder than it needs to be. What? Whatever. Whatever! Whatever! Oh, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. What? Sure. Was this actually supposed to be a Justice League game? Oh my god. I can't do any more of that. I can't. I refuse. No. Just no. Alright. Oh god. Alright, let's go back here. Alright. Go, hold on. Go hit, and a hit, and then wait. Alright! Alright, everybody. It's that time we've all been waiting for. Time to make ourselves a shit list!
When I get mad and I get pissed, I grab my pen and I write out a list of all the people that won't be missed. You've made my shit list.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, time to get DMCA'd. Alright, now let's go in here. Alright. So starting from the bottom, I think that we can safely say that of all the lists that we got, Rhett's has to be the most inoffensive, right? Because he gave us Star Tropics and Metal Gear Solid, which, while those games do make bad rentals, it is not because they're bad games. It is because they both require a weird meta thing where you need the actual packaging or something in the manual. But, like, Star Tropics is an okay game. And Metal Gear Solid is one of the greatest games of all time. So, I think we can safely say that Rhett takes the number 8 spot. Okay. Alright. That game is actually bad. Yeah, exactly. No sweat with Rhett, a guide. Okay, and 7, I think the 7 goes to Jetstorm, because I don't think that, while Mickey's Ultimate Challenge is a game that I don't think is great, it's not offensive. It's just like, it's fine for what it is. And it's got fart pumps. So I could stand in the fart pump room and amuse myself if I wanted to. So that game gets a bit of a bump for the fart points. And Uniracers is not a terrible game. So Jetstorm 4 taken 7th. So let's see. What do we got next? Like, what was I least offended by? I'm gonna say maybe Raven, because while Warp Speed is definitely boring, not a very exciting video game. I would probably like rent that game and just be like, okay, fine, I'll play this. And it's the same with Pugsley. It's like, I could see a point to where I would get decent at that. So yeah, and we're retiring as a scout, so scout rank number 6 coming in for Raven, I believe. All right. So what else do we have here? What else are we thinking about? Okay. Doing some thinking here, rolling some things over in my head. Taylor's games, I kind of feel that they're about on the same level as Raven's, in that none of Taylor's games are really offensive either. Just kind of like, one of them made me wish I was playing a better game, and the other one is a game that I've actually finished. So, you know, Blasto being something that I have fond memories of finishing. So maybe we go. Yeah, I think the number 5 spot goes to Taylor. Okay. So now we're moving on to the real oofa doofas. Fresno's is like, okay, Paperboy 2 is a bad sequel to a game that I liked a lot on the original NES. Like, I think Paperboy is a pretty solid game. But the one that really makes things stand out is definitely Mario's Time Machine, and it's because of my own personal experience and having had to deal with being in the same room for somebody playing that game for 6 straight hours and it driving me absolutely fucking mad. So I think the number 4 slot is going to go to Fresno. I think so, because I don't think that... Yeah, I don't know that, like, while the games that he submitted, I would say, are bad, I don't know that they're as bad as what we're getting into. So, Fresno, you're going home with number 4. Okay. So now that brings us down to Ed, Beepner, and Iffy. And that is the one that weighs heavy on the mind. I think that Spider-Man game that we started with, I woke up this morning thinking, how the fuck does that game exist? And that it left such a strong impression that it's like, I feel that, like, while Joe and Mac and the Terminator game are bad, for some reason that Spider-Man game left such a bad taste in my mouth, and it was like the first damn thing we played. So I think I'm gonna give number 3. I think I'm gonna give. So what's chat? Where's chat on this? What did you think? What do you think? With Angry Ed's ridiculously bad Spider-Man game versus the complete impossible nonsense of the complete ridiculous impossible nonsense of Joe and Mac and the outright terrible design of Terminator. How do we feel about Ed and Beepner at 3 and 2? And, like, who do we think gets 3 and who gets 2? Because, okay, you think Beepner at 3, Angry Ed 2. That's kind of where I'm leaning to. Because I think that, like, if I think about games that I would play, if I thought about a game that I would want to play, I would at least try to play the Terminator game just because it's really short and I could probably get through it if you get lucky enough with drops. Yeah, I think Beepner's list is I think it's Beepner at 3 and Angry Ed at 2. And we of course know who walks away as grand champion of the shit show Olympics. Holy shit. Let's give the list a good old look. How we feeling about it? I think that's pretty accurate to the experiences that we had. Yeah, NES X-Men, holy shit. And then she just makes the jump casually to Arcade's Revenge. Yeah, I think Iffy has to win. And that's not like favoritism or bias. That's just straight up, that's just how it has to be. Like, nobody had a more terrible rental run on this list than she did, I think. Yeah, and like the fact that X-Men game was Iffy's first damn game ever. Again, it's astonishing that she's actually playing video games at all at this point. The girl deserves a fucking medal. So congratulations, Iffy. You are #1 gold medalist at the shit show rental Olympics. I wish I had a graphic for you, but I didn't think that far ahead. The top 3 is so rough. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for us tonight. Thank you everybody for coming out. I hope the last couple of nights have been a real fun kind of experience for you. I hope you enjoyed getting to come on and talking about the games that you played. I hope you enjoyed seeing what other people brought to the table, and I hope that you enjoyed me having to suffer through all of them. Am I ever gonna play any of these games again? Who knows? I might decide one day, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat one of these awful games that somebody contributed. But I don't think that's gonna be anytime soon. There are lots of other great things on the list that I'm looking to get to playing, so unless something crazy happens, unless my brain takes a wild turn to crazy town, we will definitely not be revisiting any of these games very soon. So with that out of the way, I don't know when we're going to be streaming again. I might take the week off. I kind of want to play Xenoblade and finish that off. And I've done a lot of streaming over the last week, more streaming than I typically do. So might take some time off and just do some chilling this week. But yeah, just watch the feed. Just watch the old Twitter box. Just watch the old Twitter box, and we'll see what it do. We'll see what it do. Let's see who be streaming. You know what? Chica Snooze, my good pal. She's over here playing some Fall Guys with a bunch of people. And that's the first thing that caught my eye. So we're gonna go and we're gonna raid my good pal Snooze. Raid, boom. All right. So everybody hang out, enjoy that, go watch some Fall Guys. Thanks again for coming out. Much love to you all. We'll catch you either sometime next week or sometime the week after. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.